I have not could uh, find on my new tablet how to transfer the file I did on my new tablet. So I once again I have to recording one copy to the recording I have on my laptop. So it's not going to be so very good sound on it. But I try to do it anyway. I have been to the store and I have got my new tablet to recording my podcast on. And it's very nice, and I don't know all the details about how to use it yet. I have just got it, and I don't have internet on it. I only do the recording, and then I take the Bluetooth on this tablet and send it to my laptop, and there I have internet. So that's how I do it. And I'm very sure it's July 28th, 2023, because I have been to the store and got my computer and I saw the date many times. And it was a fun and stupid little thing in the story because in the grocery store that we have this in Sweden, that there is boxes. It's they place in our belongings that we have bought into boxes, uh, and it's a lot of it. I don't know how. I think it was 75. It's a whole wall big with all kind of boxes, and then is it to get a code to place in to open up those boxes to get your belongings that you have bought. And so I did, and that is very easy way to buy things, and it's cheaper to buy on the internet, and then got it into a box. And as it was a tablet, I didn't need to pay for them to deliver. It was free. And when I opened up the box, it was up in the ceiling and I couldn't reach it. I I am too short for that. I am pretty normal in my length, but this was so it's hard for even a man to reach. But I was lucky that there was a man just where I stood, and he was tall and in a perfect age for me to have a boyfriend, a husband. And immediately he understood that I couldn't reach my package, uh, my belongings there I should take out. And he helped me. And then we were talking a little about computers because I say that it's a computer up there, so it's maybe a little heavy. I say to him, because it's. I was thinking if it's heavy and he think it's light to take down, uh, if it's heavy, then he maybe be surprised and drop it, and that I didn't want him to do. So I told him it maybe it's heavy. Uh, so I got it, and I have not set up all my internet because I had a Wi-Fi here for maybe 1 year ago, but my neighbors hacked into my Wi-Fi. I have a visitor, but now I have bought a security package so they can't come in. They can come in on internet, but they can't come in into my bank account. Those that should be secured to be on, so they can't come in my bank and steal money from me. And so it was an expensive router, but it was hacked. So I took it away and sent it back to from that place where I had bought it. And then I didn't had a router, but I have a router here. I see it when I sit here. And I was thinking I need to set it up because I have at least three computers that should be on the router, and I have my television also that need to have a router. I have it's not more than 2 years old television, so it have everything with these apps and to hook up, to set up, but I have not could do it because my brain after have been drove over by a car, my brain is a little lazy. I can set it up, but it takes more time, more energy to set it up now when it's damage in my brain. So I haven't done it. I was thinking I should set it up to fall when it's bad weather outside and it's more to watch television in that time. I am very much going out in the summer, so I didn't need to set it up. But now when I have this new tablet, it doesn't have internet. But I can make a solution that I send it by Bluetooth to my laptop and place it from my laptop. And I have just set up those two, my laptop and tablet, to communicate with each other so I can send things. I don't really need it just now, the internet on this new tablet. Only recording a chapter and then send it to the laptop. And it's I was not talking. It was not to talk about my new tablet, but I wanted to tell you that I have a new tablet, and maybe is it a better sound in it. It come with a voice program, so I use it, I don't need the other program that I had on my old tablets. But I wanted to talk about something that happened, and it was that it was a car that they was on the horn. The sounded the car in my ear, and it was about 4 o'clock in the morning, between 3 and 4 in the morning. So I know it wasn't a car outside, because it's very seldom a car is here driving around here uh, about 3 or 4 in the night. So and I knew, because it was not that sound from uh, the modern cars. It was not a real, like, if I could say that, a Swedish car. It was something from another country car that sounded, and if I was thinking it was a car from the 50s, 60s, like that, and they it. I know when I have thinking about it, I couldn't recording this my thoughts about it, because I didn't have the tablet yet. I had to go and get it after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so I couldn't recording it immediately about what happened in the night. And as soon as I started to talk about this sound in the night from the car, a spirit is here now and touch me. It was no one that touched me when I was talking about the tablet that I was in the grocery store and got it. It was no touch. But as soon as I started to talk about this car, a spirit is coming. And I want to tell him, this spirit, or if it is a she or it, uh, that they can't do these things to me. I have to change my talking to them before I go to sleep. That they can't make these sounds in the night for to get my attention. It was only the sound that wake me up, but they can't do that. They can't use that trick to to get my attention and make me wait for them to talk in like I do now, because it should not be like they do that all the time. Give me a break. So that's what I'm going to talk to them about. That they can't use this, because it's the whole time is it that they can talk to me in the daytime. They can talk to me when it's light outside, the sun is up, and I have told them that you can talk to me after 8 o'clock in the morning. Then I am awake, and it doesn't bother me at all. I'm gladly uh, talking to people about what you are saying, but you can't expect me to go up in the night and do a recording. It have happened maybe 2 3 times I have done that, but I am more powerful now, because the more I understand the afterlife, the more I can tell them to stop, to not wake me up in the night. So before I fall to sleep, I have to tell them that they can't use these glass bowls, uh, the, the cars knocking on the door. They should not do that. It's not polite. It's not right to me to do it, because there is open door when it's daytime, when it's light outside. I tell them before I fall to sleep that my brain need to rest a whole night. So those that do this is they are rude, and I need to take control over them. I like in that way that they do this uh, to get my attention, and then have this contact with each other. But they don't need that to do that in the night. So I find out a way to tell them about that. But this is a man is coming, and he have bald on his head. He don't have so much hair, but he look like he is sitting behind a desk. He's he is like a manager, but he take care of money. Uh, he's showing me in his way to be, and he look at the clock. So he have a clock in his pocket of this old time, like they have in the 30s, 40s, and he have that kind of clock like hanging in a chain and in a pocket, and he open up he take a clock from the pocket now and show me that he do, and and I understand now what you are talking about. The time is money, and that's what he's talking about. And he thinks that he can control the time. And I say that you are in a place where there is no time anymore. There is only one day in heaven. So you don't need that clock that you had when you lived here on earth. You can't do this control freak style that you had uh, when you lived here. Maybe someone of you that listen know what it is for a man. Uh, he was not full of stress. No, it was not about that he had a clock. It was only that he saw it as he decide when things should end, when things should start. So it's doesn't need to have with the clock to do, but it's some symbolic that he showed that he thought that he knew, and of course he was controlling when it was time for him to die, but he thought that he could never die. So he have stopped death also to be in his life. So that was a real surprise that day when he died. And he told me now that he was sitting at the desk in his chair when it was time for him to go, and that's how they find him. Uh, I hear and I see people around him now, and they say that he had an easy way to die. He only sit there, and then suddenly he go over to the other side, and they didn't like that these people that was around him that knew a little about him, because they wanted him. They were thinking he deserve a very painful, suffering death. And now he was sitting there in his chair and died in his work, and looking at his clock in the pocket, thought he had all the control in the world. And now it's coming to me that is a message for you, that you can't be like this man, that you think that you no, it's not time to go yet, it's not time to die, I have much more to do. I And you are talking like that, and you think that you know when you have the control over when you pass away, but no one knows when the time is coming. You maybe have, some of you have cancer, and some of you have some deadly threat in your body. You know you're gonna die, but that is for everyone if they thinking deeper, that all of us are going to die. So you don't know when you die, even if you know that you have a deadly threat. You have cancer, and the doctor have say that you have 3 months to live, but you don't know that day. You don't know. And that's the best thing to do, is to live your life to the fullest until you can't do more than die. It's we can't go and wait for the death to come, and we can't decide when it's time to go. I know I have talking about my mother-in-law, that she decided to die that day when Jesus died on the cross. But she had died already before she died in her body, because she had cancer and she had very strong medical in her body, so her brain doesn't work as it should. So she was very confused in the last week when she lived. She was very confused. She didn't know really where she was. So she was already on her way to die, and she was away. She didn't live the last week. So, but she took the last breath that day when Jesus died on the cross. She have decided. So in that way you can control it, but you maybe have already died some days before that, because you are not a normal person anymore and have normal thinking in your brain. So in that way, you have already passed away. So you can't say that tomorrow I'm going to die. Uh, that's no one can decide it in that way. It seems like they have the control over death, but they don't have that really, because they are not themselves in the last days there. And then suddenly they can wake up and be like, people think, oh, she's wake up and she's the normal she, but it's only the last breath like that inside them that make it. But they have maybe 5-6 days before they have not been awake, and then suddenly they wake for a short time to say goodbye. So this what it's when the spirit is coming, is it very much symbolic, and I understand what this spirit that come through was talking about this, to think you have control over your life. It isn't. You say that I can do it tomorrow. You say I don't need to come to know God today. I can do that tomorrow. But maybe you die before you started to come to know God. So you can't say that because you don't know. We don't know 1 second from now. Everything can happen, and everything maybe not happen. And you can't do a suicide because that's against uh, the law of heaven. And so that means that you may will come into heaven, but you will not come into the city, the golden city there is. You may be running around like a baby, and but you don't remember anything from your life here on earth. So I don't know, because my goal is not that. My target is not that. My steps are not going there. I am going into the city, and I don't know how it is to be in the meadow, because I have never been in the meadow, because there is my 7th time to live, and I have been a priest, a higher priest, or my other lives also. So I have not been on that level that I am in the meadow. But of course they are happy there, and they are happy because they don't remember anything about what happened here on earth. So of course they are granted to be happy, but they have nothing to stand on. They don't have any memories of their life here on earth. uh, even if it's not good to remember bad things, what happened on earth, and that will they take away from you. You are not going to remember bad things here on earth. No one will do that when they come to heaven. There, there, it's they that are, it's a spirit talking when I talk like this. It touched me so much. It's they that are in heaven that have this status, that have come into that level, that they can look down on earth. They see bad things happen, but as long as long as they stay in heaven, they are not touched of bad things. But as soon as they look down on our planet or other planets, there is bad things going on this planet. They see it and they are not going angry. They crying over what they see. They are not going to be angry. But as closer they are coming to our world, to our planet, the more anger they get on them. But as long as they are closer to heaven than they are closer to earth, that they are not angry. The first thing they do is that they are crying, and then it's going over to be wrath, anger over what they see. So there is like a hierarchy of emotional things. The closer they come into earth, the more they get from the earth, and the less they are got it from heaven. So I have talked about that before because they have teach us about this, that they are going to be like us the closer they come to heaven, to earth. I mean, the closer they come to us, the more of the world do they get. So it's not good for them because they go weak. So there is people that have killed angels here on earth, and because they go weak, and the weak people go angry. They are not the strongest that go angry. Those are the weakest that go angry and kill people in wrath. They put a knife into a person and that person are killed. Those that do that hold the knife in their hand. They are the weakest people here on earth. They are the weakest people that hold a gun in their hand and kill other people. They are the weakest. They are not strong, uh, according to what heaven see and what they know. That this is sad about these people, because those in heaven knows where they are going, and there is not a good place to be in. And if they don't, when they come to, everyone is coming into heaven, but they go into the heavenly court, and in the court they will know what they have done. And if they not break down and crying and ask for forgiveness, they will go to hell, to a very bad place. But there is very few that go to hell. That's the good thing, because in heaven they want you to stay in heaven. They don't want you to go there. But it's up on you what you are doing here on earth. They judge you when you die and you are coming up to heaven, the heavenly court. Then they judge you. They don't judge you here on earth when you live. That's why you get the answer now from the spirit that is here. You have asked, why do they not die? Those people that is so evil. Why don't heaven only take them and throw them away into hell? Why don't they do that? And that is because they don't judge here on earth. They are crying over what they see, and they can go angry of what they are seeing if they are close to earth. But they don't kill. They don't kill people. People kill people. Those in heaven doesn't kill. They, when you come up to heaven, whatever you have done here on earth, when you come up to the heavenly court, then they can judge you. So now you get the answer why you see so much terrible things. And you say, why God? Why don't you go and grab these people and take them away from this planet? Why don't they can be 100 years old and have killed many people, and you have never take them away from Earth? So now you know the answer about it, why you see bad things happen, and nothing is going on to take them away from around you in your life. These things is because they have the heavenly court where they judge people. They don't judge them here on earth. So thank you for giving us this answer. I love this when the Spirit is coming and teach us. He was teaching me also. I didn't know this about that why they, because I have said that many times in my life also. Why doesn't they only grab them and throw them away that hurt and kill people? Those that do bad things on children and those things. Why don't they take them away? It's because it's very hard for us that live in time. But they don't live in time. They have no time in heaven. So for them, is it 1,000 years? It's only one day. 10,000 years is only one day. 1 year is only one day. So they don't see that in time. And that now I understand why he looked at the clock the whole time that he had in his pocket. He was talking about this. So you maybe need to listen to this chapter one more time, what he was saying when he come here, because he maybe say more things in the beginning, but I didn't understood that he was talking about time. So I hoped I can transfer this recording now. It's still a recording. That's very good. It's 40 minutes, it says. And then I have not say when it should be dark. It's time to stop now.